All right, Fox 5 Health News. That historic blizzard that swept through our area proved to be tragic. At least 5 heart-related deaths were reported here in the city, all a result of snow shoveling. Join us now, Fox 5 medical contributor Dr. Devi Nampiaparampil. I never say that right, but you know who she is.
You did. That time you got it.
Kind of. I think I had an extra syllable in there. Anyway, enough about me. So this is such a huge issue. And what's the deal, basically, that you go from sort of a sitting heart rate to getting worked up so fast? Is that?
Exactly. So it's a lot of strain on the heart, and then you're working in these conditions where it's really cold outside, right? So that's also putting a strain on your heart where it has to keep your brain and your other organs kind of warm and pumping.
Right.
So the problem is that people actually have these symptoms of heart attack and they don't realize, so for example, they could have chest pain or they could have shoulder pain.
You just think it's from shoveling, which you never do.
Exactly, because you can also get shoulder injuries and you can get other musculoskeletal injuries, but if you have those symptoms, it's always better to go get checked out. So these are chest pain, any kind of jaw or shoulder or arm pain that you might feel. If you have any kind of lightheadedness or shortness of breath, it's important to get checked out if you're doing this. And especially if you're a woman or a diabetic, you might not have those symptoms. If your sugars are out of whack or something else is going on, probably better to get checked out.
Wow. And this is not just for people who may have heart issues, right? This is for everybody.
Exactly, for everybody, because it does put such a strain on people. But of course, the most common injury isn't actually heart attack, even though that's the one we're most concerned about. The most common injury is, of course, low back pain or some other kind of musculoskeletal problem.
I'm sore just from trying to walk around Saturday in boots, you know, you sort of walking in a way you never deal with before.
Well, we've been sort of talking about Zika, the virus, for the last few weeks. But it seems to be ratcheting up. In fact, a new report from the World Health Organization says that the virus that has been linked to thousands of babies being born with underdeveloped brains is likely to spread across nearly all of the Americas.
Well, so we don't know for sure what will happen here, of course, in New York. I mean, mosquitoes are not as much of an issue for us, especially at this time. But in the spring or summer, people will have to be a little bit more concerned. I mean, it depends on the weather patterns. But at least within Latin America, it is a huge problem. I mean, for some of those countries, they've actually advised women that live there not to have kids, not to get pregnant.
I know, that's a huge thing. Don't have kids for 2 years,
Exactly,
you know?
Exactly. Imagine that. I mean, that changes your whole lifestyle. And then if you think about tourism and all the other industries kind of that might flourish there, that's a big problem.
Without a doubt.
I mean, for us here, the main issue is if people travel there and then come back, that they might, if they're pregnant or if they suddenly find themselves pregnant, because sometimes people don't realize right away, then, you know, that they might want to get tested or they would consider getting tested.
Scary when a mosquito can carry. That's sort of was always the worst case scenario. I remember about AIDS 30 years ago. Can it be spread by mosquito? I mean, it's just like, then it's just, you know, who knows?
Sure, but at least the good thing is that people can't transmit it to each other. So it's through the mosquito alone. So if you're not actually in those countries, but you happen to meet somebody who came back and visited from those countries, you are not in danger for that.
Well, you can't get it from a person who got it there, right?
Unless they transport a mosquito back here.
Well, I guess in theory, but hopefully they're not.
No, I'm saying people have brought bugs into this country unknowingly before.
Oh, if it's knowingly true. I thought you meant if something was stuck under their clothing or something.
Yes, no. But wow. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Good.
Glad you
Dr.
survived
Devi.
the storm.